here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have the 1976 concept Camaro Bumblebee here on the reviewing area. And I did forget to say it in the intro, but I'll go ahead and say it here. This is the deluxe class version. And like I already said, that this is the vehicle from the beginning of the 2007 Transformers the movie, where Sam's father was driving him for him to pick out his first car, and this is one of them. And this is before Bumblebee scanned a new Camaro after fighting Barricade, and Sam and Michaela was fighting Frenzy. But on to the figure here. And the vehicle mode from back when it first came out to today's time does still look really cool all around for its time. For its time it came out, and in today's time here. Although mine, you could see here that this little gap here that's exposed, this is supposed to tap in to make it sit flush. And on my figure, sometimes it stays in, and other times it would not stay in. Like with just a slight touch from here or anywhere else, yeah, you could see it will kind of come undone on my figure here. That is an issue I have with him in vehicle mode, is that the front on mine doesn't want to sit flush all the way. But taking a closer look at the paint apps here, see on the striping deco, which are still holding up, well, that there's a few little scratches here. And you do got some like what some people like to call it, like, I guess you can call it battle damage or burnt marks. Like, he has one here on the roof and here on the sides and a little bit here on the front. Oh, and he also has one here as well. And here's the back stripes here. And mine does have a little bit of paint chip there. And you do got some nicely painted in windows all around. And the rims of the tires do have some nice silver paint to them on both sides. And coming to the front here, which has some nice silver paint on the front headlights, some black paint on the front grille piece, and some silver paint on the bumper here. And on the back, you do have some silver paint here and some red paint on the tail lights. And the bottom, just robot mode kibble. And visible head syndrome here. And he does roll really good. Well, mine... you can probably see here that this wheel doesn't really want to stay on the ground. But if you get everything situated in a certain way to have all four of the wheels touching the ground, then you're all good. And like I already said, this front part of the car doesn't really want to stay in on mine. I mean, it will stay in if you don't touch it. If yours have this problem, like you see on mine here. And like I said, he does roll really good if you have all the wheels touching the ground, which you could see this wheel doesn't want to touch the ground. And if you get everything situated, like I already said, you're all good. And that is it. The Camaro mode does look, well, it still does look great for its time and in today's time. So now to transform him. The first step of transformation, the front part of the vehicle does have an automorph. He actually has two automorphs in when you're getting into the transformation. The first automorph is this cutout rectangle thing is actually a button, and when you push it, the front part of the grip or front part of the car will fold down like that. And also, as you fold it down, the front headlights will pop out and around the front part of the car will extend out. And now, once the front part of the car is folded down, come underneath here and take what will become his arms and untap them from here and here. And also you do want to separate them on these two exhaust pipe things from these things here. And also untap them from these things as well. And once these are untabbed, you now want to take these, which are connected by the front wheels, and bring them up so they're like this. And for these things, you can leave these on if you want to. I'll show to y'all what these are when we get to the full robot mode here. So once these are folded up, you now want to take what will become his arms and bring them down on these ball joints here, and then untap what will become his elbows and bring them up some, and rotate these things which are connected by these, which will form his hands, and rotate them around so they're like this. Like that. Now for this entire section here, take the doors, untap them and bring them out. And then take the front windshield piece, which are connected by the doors, and flip it all the way up until it locks into place. Then take this and bring it down, which will flip up his head. And also reveal the Autobot symbol here, which is on this yellow flap piece here underneath this front car section here, which is formed as his chest. And now for the back, you're gonna separate it. And here's another Automorph here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take both halves of the back bumper section, untap them and flip them up, and you're gonna take what will become his feet and bring them down. And as you do that, these will hinge joint down, and these things, which will become the knee pads, will slide up like this. Just like that. And you're done. So there you have the 1976 concept Camaro Bumblebee in his robot mode. And and as you can see, when you have him fully transformed in his robot mode, he is already like armed up with these two what are now his guns. So once you have him transformed, he's already like armed up with two of these guns, which he did not have in the movie. He just only had one gun that's formed on one of his arms. Here. But you can remove these off of him if you want to. Just to have him with no guns in his hands. And there is something else you can do with these, but we'll get to these in a minute. And as for the robot mode itself, is it movie accurate? Somewhat, yes, but the rest of him, no. Although there is one thing that is kind of weird, which I didn't notice it until now, and that's on his head. And I will show it to y'all in a minute. But yeah, the robot mode is not really like what he is in the movie. Because like from the back when it first came out in 2007 to today's time, this Bumblebee's not accurate because he has skinny arms and also some weird feet on him. But the chest and the head is like movie accurate. And the legs, the thigh pieces are like, well actually the legs are like somewhat movie accurate, like the thigh parts here, but the rest here on his legs, no. And like I said, on his head here, his face sculpt here, it is like what it is in the movie, except I gotta zoom in here. So the head sculpt is movie accurate, But the problem I have with this is you can kind of already tell here. Because if I zoom in really closely, on his eyes, he has what looks like little eyeballs poking out. Yeah, on his eyes, he has like little eyeballs that are poking out. I, I don't know if a lot of people have noticed this, but I just noticed it when I transformed him in his robot mode and looking at his head sculpt and was like, why does he have eyeballs on his eyes? Because the newer concept Camaro form that he took after this figure, well, after this form, that version did not have eyeballs on him. And I don't know if any one of y'all noticed that he has eyeballs here poking out of his actual eyes. But if y'all did, let me know in the comment section below. And giving y'all a little 360 view. Here's the side view, the back view, and the other side. And all around, even though he's not really movie accurate, well, somewhat movie accurate, I do think he still does look like a pretty cool toy for its time it came out, and also in today's time here. Even though he's not movie accurate, he still does look cool. And for articulation, yeah, I can. Y'all can see he has like eyeballs on him, which I don't understand why they did that. But it just looks kind of weird for him to have eyeballs on his actual eyes. But for articulation, ball joint at the head, ball joint at the shoulders, And you can move these wing doors out of the way. Ball joint at the elbows, wrist swivel, no waist articulation. Yeah, no waist articulation. Ball joint at the legs, knee, which only bends about that far, and the feet can move up and down. And that's it. And the only accessories that he comes with is, of course, from what y'all saw in his hands, these two guns here. And that is what I was kind of mentioned to y'all after I dropped this gun. And that is, like y'all already saw, these do fire out these yellow missile things. And to fire them, there's a trigger here, a black little trigger that does fire these out. On both of these. But back to what I was saying, and that is, like y'all saw from the transformation, you can have him hold these in his hands, or if you want to, I don't know if many people have done this, but you can reattach these back together like they were in vehicle mode, and have like a double-barreled gun, and still have him hold it in both of his hands. And these do tap together from this hole and this tab here. Or if you don't want him holding these in his hands, then another thing you can do is you can attach these onto these tires here, in these holes here, in these black tabs here, to have shoulder cannons. So you can have that look going on. and sometimes they do kind of hang loose due to these tires here moving around. And that's it. So we'll be back with our final thoughts here.